see about some signs here. Hey there. I want to see if you guys got any signs left from the campaign that you picked up of mine?
That's with code enforcement.
Okay, why don't you give them a call?
Are you recording?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to show you the sign that we have at our door.
Sure.
Oops, go ahead.
No, that's good. Yeah, okay, so here's the key. You guys are going to need to take that down because those kind of signs are not legal. Has no basis in municipal code or constitutional law. So you can't tell us not to record. You guys are public officials in a public space. And it's just critical to First Amendment free speech and accountability that police officers, public officials can be recorded. That's just basics,
Okay, I'm going to ask you to stop.
No. So
then I have nothing to say to you.
Okay, can you just call code enforcement if you want to get rid of me?
Nope.
Nope. But you guys do need to remove that sign because it's an illegal sign. Nope. Would you like me to take it down for you?
Nope.
No, you can go next door and get your signs.
Okay. So they do have signs down there then, Joe? You don't know. Okay. Do you want to save me some time and give them a call?
No, you can go over there. Code enforcement would have it.
What is this building for? Every time I come in here for service, you guys don't give service. So what exactly do you guys do in here?
They're telling you that you can go to code enforcement next door.
I'm telling you, you work for the people and your job is to serve, Mr. Gavinsky.
Just call the police department.
Will I get service from them? And can we see about, do you guys have a...
Sign is here again. Could we have somebody come on over?
For other...
Oh, thank you.
So here we go. It's like a circle with these folks. Do you have any law behind that sign that you put up there that says no recording? Here's the thing, folks. And this is perhaps more important part of this visit than the sign. Public officials do not tell us we can't record them in the course of their duties. We tell them we can. That's our right. That's the Constitution. They work for us. Now, this is a public space. I mean, you can see that we have this public building here, and it's as simple as that. So we'll go down. We'll see if they got any signs down there. Hopefully they'll get this sign taken out of here. But bear in mind, if you see a sign like this, if you see a sign in a public building like a city hall, or if a police officer says no filming, you can film the police, and the courts have very firmly upheld this, and it's important we remember that.
And Mr. Seim, how's it going?
Not too bad. How about you?
What's going on with you?
What's going on with you, man?
Not a lot.
How's things going over there?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I just wanted to see if there's any more signs here that they have of mine.
Okay.
And you guys need to address the no camera sign on the door. That you guys have no authority to tell citizens they can't record in a public space. So that sign that's been put up there is going to need to be taken down for the sake of it's insinuating to people under color of law that they have no right to do something that's a right. Have you seen the sign up there?
Yeah, I have seen the sign. I think the sign also says that area is now for the general public.
Which isn't true. It's clearly an area open to the general public.
But again, that appears to be your opinion. I don't know, the doors are closed and all that.
No, the doors aren't closed. The doors are open.
Okay, well, I'll talk with Mr. Gavinsky or someone
Yeah.
up there later. So, did you check next door regarding your signs?
I haven't yet, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just like last time when we talked, that's probably the best spot to start.
Here's how it's going to happen when I come here. That's the city administrators. That's who we're paying to serve us. I will go up there with the camera, and I will expect service from them. Now, that's not to say I won't ever go over here, and I'm going to go over here and check, but I always want to give them the opportunity to do their job, because when it comes time for elections and recalls and accountability, I want to know that we've given these people up here every opportunity, just like I would always give a police officer every opportunity to uphold their oath and to do their job.
I tell you what I will do, if you'll wait right here, is I'll go back and talk to Mr. Gavinsky.
Fair enough.
Find out where it came from, but I want you to stay right here. If you come into here, all I would request right now, till we determine what's going on with the sign, and maybe it did go through city council, I'm just unaware of it. If you go back there, then you just need to turn your cameras off.
Well, I'm not turning cameras off, but I will give you the opportunity to go get Joe and see what he says, and I'd be happy to have him come out here and talk about it too.
Okay, well,
And I'll just-
I can't guarantee that, but maybe at least I can find the
Okay,
basis.
see what you can do. I appreciate the effort anyhow.
Thank you. So, the sign came from essentially an administrative policy, which has been granted to Mr. Gavinsky to make those policies, just like we do each and every day, or he does it each and every day, by the city council. So while the city council themselves did not vote on this, they gave him the authority to make those policies, and
But that's not
his
law.
policy. Well, it's still policy, and that's
Not
that's
law.
fine.
A law, an act of delegated authority.
Let's step out here, just so we're not bugging them.
Well, I want them to hear this too. It's cool.
Well, that's fine. I'm sure they can view it later.
Okay. An act of delegate authority that's contrary to the tenor and commission under which it was granted is void. So let's say, the people elect a city council.
I'm sorry, can we really close that?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here, let's step in here then.
No, thank you.
We're still not going to record.
Thank
We'll
you.
get it figured out.
Thank
No,
you.
I
Thank you.
I'm fully.
We're still trying to conduct business for people who do.
Can you answer some of my questions?
No.
Do you want to come out here and talk?
That's what he's for.
Okay,
Why
just
don't
don't
you
lock it on me.
Well, no.
Okay, let's not lock.
No.
Here we go.
Okay. 'Cause I-
Absolutely not. We are open.
There we go. Okay. It's
Okay, I may need to come back in and chat with you. Okay, so act of legislation that's not authorized by the people is not law. So you have two things. Here's the educational side of this, and this is you may already know this, but a lot of people don't understand this. You have elected officials, let's say in this case city council, we have state representatives, we have federal representatives. We delegate our authority. America is a self-governing republic. We delegate our authority by electing these folks. We say we're giving you a piece of our trust, a piece of our authority, just like you as a police officer. We're delegating that authority to you, and we can revoke it at any time. So if you go back to the founding of the country, the Federalist Papers, when they were discussing all this stuff, it was very clear, it was very understood that if the people delegate authority to someone, those someones cannot sublet that authority to someone else, i.e. Joe Gavinsky. So the city manager thing is a bit of a concern anyhow. The whole concept of a city manager is kind of no accountability because he's not elected. But let's say you have a city manager and he does basic administration and managing the office. That's fine. But it's a whole different deal if you say no audio or video, because now you're having a non-elected official who's making law, or not really law, but you treat it as law, which is lawlessness. It's an act of authority, but it hasn't been delegated by the people. Joe Gavinsky doesn't have the authority to command people to do or to not do something that is their right to do. Recording public officials has been well upheld by the courts as a right. And there's lots of precedent for it. And I can get you some of that. I'm sure you're probably familiar with it. This has been addressed numerous times, lots and lots and lots of times. So that's a well-established right. It's not given to us by the Constitution. The Constitution's the law that we gave you guys. It was our order to you saying, hey, these are our God-given rights over here. You will obey those rights. So no act of authority that an elected official has the right to violate those fundamental rights, and certainly not an act of delegated authority where your city council has said to Joe, hey, go ahead and make up rules regardless of how they affect people's rights. So that's your first problem here. Your next problem is you don't even have a law. So they didn't actually give him the authority to make municipal code, just to make up rules that you then as an officer enforce as law. If you enforce something that Joe Gavinsky just made up willy-nilly, you're a criminal. You're not allowed to do that. You're allowed to enforce law within the boundaries of the Constitution, because any law that violates the Constitution, even on a local level, is not law, it's void, and it's criminal. You swore an oath to the Constitution to serve and protect and to stand up for that Constitution. So if someone comes in here with a camera and you then try and stop them, you're a criminal. If you arrest them, you're assaulting them. It's no different than if I'm in an alley and a drug dealer beats me up. It's the law that you're bound by. So you guys don't make the law. The people make the law. They do it through acts of delegated authority. And that delegated authority is accountable to the people.
no one's going to really want to talk to you with the cameras back here because the sign says no recording. Right?
Yeah,
But for now, hey, I understand what you're saying.
There's no for now. The sign is void. The sign is invalid. It's not a law.
That's your opinion. Okay.
It's
no,
the law.
not the law part, but your opinion that's
Okay.
invalid. Okay. But the bottom line is that, excuse me, the only thing you're going to do is potentially force a confrontation. They're just going to say leave, or they'll just get up and.
So you're afraid really that you'll be forced to drag me out of here, even though there's no law to back it?
Mr. Seim, I'm not necessarily afraid of that. What I'm trying to do, as all police officers try to do, we're trying to avoid the problems. Would you agree with me on that? So, to me, if you want to go and talk to him, absolutely great. Put your cameras away until such time that maybe he'll even come out and talk
Yeah.
to you and say, hey, yep, let's go out here and talk, because then we're outside the sign.
Well, he had the
and then
opportunity to
you're
come out
good
and
to go.
talk to me, and there's no way I would go in there without a camera at this point because it's for my own safety. I mean, the cameras are, when I deal with public officials in any sort of an issue that could be even remotely conflicting, cameras are not going off. I mean, it really is for your own safety. Just like when you guys do a traffic stop, there's cameras on your car for everyone's safety. So it's really no different. But I want to at least, let me go in here, and I don't intend to hang out long, but I want to give him the opportunity to make a statement officially. And if I can't get anywhere, I don't intend to hang out and pester him all day. I just want to make sure that they've been given that opportunity and that that I get as much information as possible. And you can stand right here and watch me. I'm just going to stand right there. I'm going to try and get him to say a few things. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then I'm going to take off. Okay?
Well, I can't say that it's okay.
I know, and I'm not asking you to say it's okay because I know the law, and I know it's okay, but I'm not going to stay long. So you're welcome to come on in. Mr. Gavinsky?
Yes.
Can I just get a couple statements about this sign on the door? Why are you guys restricting? It seems like this sign was put up specifically for me.
No.
Okay, because it never was there before.
I'll tell you what, I will give it to you in writing if you want to send me a letter making a request. I'll
Make a request for what?
ask for an explanation.
Right, but did you just make this up?
No.
Is it a municipal code?
I went through the comment. I said, put it to me in writing and I'll give you your answer.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, we tried. Key thing to remember, we're going to take off here. There's no point in sitting here all day because they're just going to ignore me. And that sign, government officials in a public place, they have no right whatsoever to say you can't film. You can film, you can hold them accountable, do so publicly, be bold about it, and take a stand for our rights. That's our duty. That's our job. Stand up. Don't let lawlessness override our rights. Okay? Yeah. I'll be there. Be long real shortly. All right. I think we've covered it, guys. And hopefully we will see this sign right here taken down very soon. And it's also important to remember that even if they make an RCW about this, in a public space where the public can freely go, in particular like this, invalid. All law that violates the Constitution is void. Alexander Hamilton, Federalist number 78, is just one perfect example, but there's lots of court precedent and things like that. So let's go check out, see about finding those signs. Hey, I think I got it. I appreciate your calmness, even though I do think you need to consider, where the lines are drawn and what your oath represents, but I appreciate you keeping it calm and polite.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
You too. Take care, Sense. Here's the thing. If we do this, if we just consistently say, hey guys, here's the law, this is what we're going to do, and you're not allowed to violate it, that's huge because that puts us in a position of authority, of being in charge of upholding the law that we placed on government. The Constitution gives us nothing. We already have those rights. The Constitution is just the law that we put on government that said, hey, this is what you will do. It's not open for debate. It's not optional. It's law, period. It's worth noting that I have complete disdain for lawless rules, for lawless legislation, for fake legislation that doesn't even have law behind it. What Joe Gavinsky comes up with and thinks that he has authority to do, if it's outside the boundaries of our rights, of our Constitution, it's not disrespect. The respectful thing is actually to show disdain for that, to completely ignore it, to treat it as void, just like the founders said. If it violates our rights, if it violates the Constitution, it's void. It's denying the fundamental nature of law, which is to protect our life, our liberty, and our property. So treat lawlessness with disdain. We can do it with the moral high ground. We can do it in calmness, but firmness, as we talked about in there. But we don't have to back off. We don't have to say, yes, I'll do whatever you say. We, the people, are the masters. And these guys in here, they're the servants.